What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Geovany Bruzon versus Lenier Pero, and this is going to be an 8-rounder in the heavyweight division, and this fight is going to be Saturday, January 1st, from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on Fox. And to get both fighters' resumes, Geovany Bruzon, fighting out of Cuba, holds a record of 6 wins, no defeats with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently not ranked by BoxRec in the heavyweight division due to the fact that he's ranked at Bridgerweight and that BoxRec does not have Bridgerweight rankings. But to list one of his best victories, he has a technical decision win over German Garcia. And to get his opponent's resume, Lenier Pero, fighting out of Cuba as well, holds a record of 5 wins, no defeats with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 159 by BoxRec in the heavyweight division. And to list one of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Jorge Alejandro Arias. And in my opinion, this fight is a 50-50 in which either man could win because it is two unbeaten Cuban heavyweights. Both of them come from that great Cuban school of boxing. Both of them have decent power, and I think it will be an excellent fight. Geovany Bruzon, he's fought the likes of Yoelvis Gomez, Erislandy Savone in the amateurs, and one thing to mention that he actually did get knocked out by Savone. That is just one thing, that's one big blemish on his amateur record. I saw the fight and he got knocked out in like 6 seconds with one right hand, but with Lenier Pero, he also got knocked out in the amateurs. He got stopped in the Olympics by Filip Hrgovic. He also got stopped by a guy named Fraser Clark in the World Series of Boxing. So, both these guys, their chins are not really that proven if I'm going to be 100% honest. But Lenier Pero has beaten guys like Erislandy Savone in the amateurs. He's beaten Frank Sanchez, who's a current top 10, top 15 heavyweight. But Sanchez has also beaten Pero, and I believe maybe by stoppage, something like that. Because BoxRec, they don't have the exact round where the fight ended, but who knows? They don't really have every single fight on both these guys' amateur records, because in BoxRec it says Bruzon's record is only 34-10 as an amateur, even though he's had well over 100 fights, I believe so. Same with Pero. Pero's listed as 100 wins with 20 losses as an amateur on BoxRec, even though he's had maybe even more than 200 fights. So, both these guys are super experienced as amateurs, and now they're fighting together in the ring. And I wonder if these guys have fought as amateurs, because both of them fought at the heavyweight division. I believe not the super heavyweight division, but at heavyweight in the amateurs. But Lenier Pero, he actually weighed in for this fight at 253 pounds. That was sort of odd because in his last couple of fights, he's weighed in at 230. So, I wonder if camp's going good for him and he's just bulking up, or if he's just out of shape for this fight. But I hope he comes in 100%, so this could be an excellent fight, and I'm actually very excited for it. I've been following these guys actually for a bit, so I'm very excited to see who will come out on top of this fight. But Geovany Bruzon, he's been getting some good work in for this camp. Some excellent work. He's been working with Charles Martin. If you check out Charles Martin's social media, you could see some of their posts together and whatnot. And yeah, Charles Martin is actually great sparring for Pero. Weighs about the same for this fight. Both of them are southpaws, like 6'5" ish. That's excellent sparring for Bruzon. And Bruzon, he's fighting. He sort of fights with a power punching style. He could fight southpaw orthodox as well. And I wonder who Lenier Pero was training with. But Bruzon also works with Ismail Salas, so he's in with a great team, a great camp. So he actually worked very hard for this fight. But I wonder who Pero has been training with. I heard he works with Luis Ortiz, but I wonder if that was his main sparring partner for this fight. So, I'm very excited for it. These are two very decorated Cuban amateurs. Both could box, both could brawl, both got power. This is going to be an excellent fight. So, I'm actually edging Lenier Pero to win this fight, if I'm going to be honest. I think that Pero just is the better boxer by a bit. Bruzon is primarily power punching, and he actually did get really hurt in that fight against German Garcia in round number 4 maybe. He got hit with a right hand, backed up on the ropes, was really hurt for the rest of the round, but he bounced back and was able to beat Garcia pretty easily on the scorecards, won 6-2, which is 78-74. I had it 79-73. So, yeah, but Lenier Pero, he actually did have a majority decision on his resume going into this fight. It was against some fighter in Russia, or some Russian fighter who was like 4-1 going into the fight, maybe 3-1, maybe even 3-0, somewhere around there. And it was a majority decision. I wonder if one judge just had a bad score, or if that was how the actual fight went. I mean, I was trying to find the fight on YouTube, I could not. So, I mean, who knows with Lenier Pero? But I just think that based off of seeing some of his amateur fights and a good amount of his pro fights, I think that he will win this fight, but I think it will be really, really close. So how I see this fight going down, I think Bruzon will actually be the one coming forward a bit in this fight. He will be the one throwing his power shots coming forward, but I think that Pero, being that he also can box, I think he's going to be boxing off the back foot a bit, and I think that he'll stick his jab out, and I think that Pero will come forward as well throughout this fight. I think both men will sort of box and come forward many times through this fight. But once again, Pero does have that big weight advantage. Bruzon weighing at 226 pounds, Pero 253. So he's got well over a 20-pound weight advantage. So that's very good for Pero in this fight. But who knows if he did come in shape or not. I tried to find pictures at the weigh-in, could not, because I mean this is not part of the pay-per-view portion of the Ortiz-Martin card, but I think it really should be. I mean, it is an excellent fight. I think better than the Victor Vikers versus Iago Kaladzdi fight. But how I see this fight going down, once again, I think every round will be very similar. I think it will be back and forth action, both men coming forward, both men boxing as well. I think that, I mean, we will see both men box, and we will see both men come forward, and we could definitely see both men getting stopped throughout this fight. Who knows? I mean, this is boxing. Both these guys, their chins aren't too proven. So, I mean, and they both have power. So I think either man could get stopped in this fight, but I'm going to hold off on a stoppage, and I think this fight is going to go the distance. After both of these guys box and brawl, I mean, I think it's going to be a great fight. Bruzon will come forward with his southpaw style, jabbing, landing a straight left. He can also switch to orthodox, landing a straight right. I think Pero will box off the back foot, try and counter Bruzon, try and stop him with a counter, and come forward with his own shots with a lead jab. And I think it will go the distance, and I think it will be really, really close on the scorecards. In the end, I think that, I mean, we could see a majority decision, a split decision possibly, but I'm going to hang on a majority decision. So, I mean, I think early on in the fight, it will actually favor, I honestly don't know, because both of these guys, actually, their gas tanks haven't been proven yet, so maybe, I mean, the first half of the fight could be dead even up until one of these guys breaks through in the latter half. Like, the first 4 rounds could be 38-38, then the next 4 could sway in favor of Pero or Bruzon. I mean, it could be just neck and neck leading up to the second half, and either man could really take control of the fight from there on. But I think that Lenier Pero, with his boxing skill, is going to be the one leading this fight, and I think he will ultimately come out as the winner by majority decision. And nonetheless, this is an excellent victory for him, or even if Bruzon wins, that's an excellent win. And starting off their career 5-0 over 6-0, I mean, this is a great fight. Props to both of them for taking it and taking that risk, possibly losing their O. It's going to be an excellent fight. So with that being said, I think that Lenier Pero will win this fight, and I think he will win on points. So overall, I believe that Lenier Pero will defeat Geovany Bruzon by majority decision to get his 6th victory and the best of his career by far, and I think the judges will score this bout 77-75 twice in favor of Lenier Pero, and one judge will have it a draw 76-76. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.